Howdy and welcome. I'm Mike, your board gaming every dude. And I know what you're wondering. Why am I watching a board game channel and a dude that's wearing a manitard? Say it with me, manitard. Well, we'll get to why I'm wearing this shortly. But purpose of this video is a part of the tabletop tag that, and I'm gonna get all this wrong. So Jenna from Board Game Garden tagged Board Game Dave, who's a good buddy and super cool. He tagged me, and so therefore here I am. Disclaimer: anything and everything that I say in this video may or may not be true. All right, so just keep that in mind. We're gonna get through it quickly as possible. It's 20 questions, literally 20 questions that I have to answer about myself. All right. Let's get started. What is my name, age, and location? Would you like my social security number too? 227ZY532C. There you go. As far as my name, it's difficult for humans to pronounce, but I go by Mike. Mike. M-I-K-E, Mike. All right. And as far as my age, I'm 39 years old. I don't know when you're watching this. I was born in 1983. That goes right with my social security information and location. That's a tough one to describe, but again, on Earth, you would call it North Carolina, Eastern United States. All right, trying to keep this in terms we can all understand, including myself. I'm more confused than anyone, trust me, ever since I was taken up. Oh my goodness. What was your favorite childhood board game? My favorite, yeah, I know you're gonna be like, this dude's insane. And if so, I've succeeded. My favorite childhood board game, I didn't actually play a ton of board games as a child, but I did with my sisters. With a couple friends, I didn't know it, but we made up our own role, like RPGs, basically. I didn't know that's what I was doing. Or like drawing, writing games. I don't know what to call them. But anyway, of games that actually existed, probably Risk. I remember playing Risk quite a bit. Was a fan of Clue and 13 Dead End Drive. Really enjoyed those. What was the first, when did you really get into the board game hobby? COVID? Actually, no, it was before COVID, so pretty recent. So it was 2018 or 19. I was always interested in the hobby, honestly. I just didn't really know where to get games and play them with people. Usually when I was in a group, people would play party games. I liked board games. I did not know there was such a thing as solo board games. 2018 or 19, I visited a good buddy in Scotland. He has a YouTube channel, Trad Man. He's a window cleaner, as am I. To go with my social security and birth date, you got all kinds of information. Visited him, and a couple of his good friends, an older couple, super sweet, they introduced me to a game called Celestia, and it's a wonderful multiplayer game, super fun. And from there I wanted to play board games, and it took a good year for me to find a solo game, or that even existed, which is why I made this channel. For people kind of like me that are entering kind of new, and it's honestly, it's not an easy hobby to get started into. It wasn't for me. There's information, but not a lot of super helpful information if you're solo. Now it's different. There's great solo channels, so that's gonna come out as a dig. It's not meant as a dig. I just want to make it easier for other people, that's all, because it took me a while. All right. What was the first game you purchased? Do you still own that game? The first game I purchased, actually there were several from thrift stores that I played multiplayer. I'm going to leave that out and go to the first game that I bought to play solo. The first game that I bought to play solo was Horrified, because it was at Walmart and it said 1 to 4 players. And I was like, I'm going to try it out. I do not still own it. And that's only because of the theme. I love the theme. I love the Hollywood monsters. But again, I think I've mentioned this in other videos, and you'll notice an absence of games with more supernatural themes. It doesn't say anything about the game. That's just me and my comfort of what I prefer to play. So Horrified crossed it a little more than I'm comfortable, and so I don't have it anymore. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's definitely a gateway game, but it's a very fun gateway game. Don't own it anymore. What is this, 20 questions? Literally. My goodness. What? What was any other hobbies other than board games? The Manitard. So I, fun fact, cosplay as a gymnast. Sometimes I even pretend I'm one by trying gymnast things. Here's a few exhibits. Last night I was screaming out loud, California sun was making my eyes dry. Next year in the winter, let's give it a try. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight. Summer's over and you still haven't called me back. We're just getting older. Soon enough it'll be too late to act. Let's do it. So I ran into gymnastics through a buddy when I was 36. And 36, 37, I was like, I just want to be able to do a muscle up. And then I was like, well, I want to learn other things. Unfortunately, I do not have a coach. So I do have other people in the gymnastics gym where I coached over the last year or two that will help me with things, but I am kind of coaching myself, so that's very difficult motivation-wise. So I am still trying to do it, get more disciplined, but it's hard to do as an adult. But yep, there you go. Thus, the outfit for this video. Plenty of other hobbies. I record music. I enjoy that. I do stuff. Yeah. All right. What's a theme? What was your breakthrough game? I don't know. Horrified was the first solo one. As far as breakthrough, though, I kind of feel like it was Rococo because it was when I was scrolling through Instagram. I wasn't following anything board gaming at all, but for some reason this board game page came up for something like a Meeple family. I don't remember exactly, forgive me, but I didn't know what Meeple was, so I thought that was the last name of his family. I thought he was the Meeple, like he was John Meeple, right? So I had no idea what a Meeple was. It took like a year. I've been playing board games for a year before I figured out what a Meeple was. But anyway, things we take for granted, right? When you enter on your own, it's different. All right. Anyway, I saw a picture of Rococo, and I was like, oh, good grief, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And that motivated me to try different games until I was able to buy Rococo. And so I think that was the one that got me hooked even before I had it stop making me log in. Craziness. What's a theme that always draws you in? The bigger and the grander and the more extravagant and ridiculous, the better. Thus, Rococo, Obsession, those 19th century romance, love themes. Big fan of that. Or running for your life from creatures trying to kill you. Love those. Downside for me is, again, I don't like when it gets into the heavier profanity, things like that, or very gory. I'm not into that, so that makes that category a little difficult sometimes for me. But I still enjoy it when I can find it. What's your favorite mechanisms? Probably deduction. I love deduction, and I like hand management and worker placement. Let's keep moving. I'm wasting time. What's a mechanism you don't like or that you aren't good at? That would be dice drafting. Nemo's War, Under Falling Skies. All right. What are the newest games in your collection? Have you played them? Newest game is Alien, On Mars Alien Invasion Expansion. Yes, I have played it, and I've actually recorded a video. It might be posted before or after this, probably after. It's coming. What's your favorite player count? Name of my channel. What is your board game pet peeve? Well, I am my gaming group. Now, I do play with other people sometimes. I do enjoy multiplayer games, but essentially, I am my gaming group. So if I have a pet peeve, it's against myself. I prefer to imagine I'm perfect, so I don't have a pet peeve. What player color do you use most often? Red. It's big, it's bad, it's bold, it's very manly. What do you open and punch a game right away or wait? I used to be an English teacher. The reading shouldn't be this hard. Do you open and punch a game right away or wait until you play it for the first time? It's a very ceremonial thing for me, so I prefer to bring it home, punch it out, look at everything, caress it ever so gently, so on. Do you read the rule book or watch a how to play video? Here's the thing. I can just read the rule book and be okay. I can read the rule book and watch a video, which I often do, and I'm fine. I can't just watch a video because then I can't teach it, and when I'm playing solo, for some reason, I have to be able to teach it to myself. It's hard to explain. Usually I do both, but reading the rule book I've found is essential for me. But I might watch a video first and then skim over the rule book, read in detail what I need. Do you know what's your favorite snack to eat while playing board games? Whiskey. It's the best snack ever. All right. Have you ever been to a board game convention? Just rub it in. No, I haven't. Oh my goodness. Let's all get over it. If so, which ones? I haven't because this year the conventions landed on dates that I was taking the boys to gymnastics meets. So it just didn't work. But I did get to go to Board Games at the Beach, which is kind of a convention in Wilmington, hosted by Cape Fear Games, and that was fantastic. Next year, I am planning on going to Origins in Columbus, Ohio, and PAX Unplugged. So more on that as those dates approach. I'd love to see you in person. I had an idea of making some board games for one t-shirts, making 5 to give away to whoever the first 5 people to come up to me and say Petunia. Got one, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Let me know. Give me a like if this is interesting or entertaining, and I'm totally, you know, just making a fool of myself here. If you enjoy that, do give me the like reward so other people can watch this disaster. What do we got? Have you? Yes. What's an unreleased game that you are most looking forward to? The reprint of SOS Titanic. It's coming in the mail. I'll have it whenever it gets here. So looking forward to that. What's your favorite thing about the board game hobby? I'm supposed to say the people. And just because I'm supposed to say the people, I'm not gonna say the people. All right? Forgive me and move on. What's my favorite part of the board game hobby? Well, the games. Because it would be a really boring hobby without them. What's your favorite, nope, did that. Other people you would like to see do this tag. It's the last question, and I want you to pay attention here, because these are cool dudes and ladies, cool everybody. D20 Woodworking, I'm going to tag you. He does great, like living card games, other solo games, a lot of stuff that I don't really cover here. So it's a great compliment. I think we're complementary channels. He's cool. Check him out. I'm tagging him. And then there's a podcast, Gateway Gamers Podcast. And it's Brian and RP. So Brian, I am tagging you so we can learn more about you. So by tagging you, that means you have to do this too. You have to dress up. Except for the podcast. You get out of it. But whatever. No, you don't have to dress up. That's just me being me. Brian of Gateway Gamers Podcast. Board game teacher. He's cool. He's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. Doesn't say much about himself, but he's a great teacher. He's a nice dude. So, there you are. You're tagged. Mitchell and Carlos of Beans and Dice podcast and YouTube channel. They also post it on, and they do a live call-in on YouTube every Thursday at like 9 p.m. as of the posting of this video. Maybe it changed in the future if you're watching this from the past. But they are also part of the Board Game Nexus along with myself. So they're tagged. And finally, Mark Everhart and Seppi Yoon of Nightcast Creative. Oh yeah, they also have Fight in a Box, like side project, you know, game company. But they have a YouTube channel, Nightcast Creative. You are tagged. You get to answer these 20 questions. As my guests and viewers, you will also get to answer these questions. I'm going to copy it below. Here's the trouble. I haven't figured out how to copy and paste from the description. If you figure it out, let me know in the comments how to do it. Regardless, I'm putting the 20 questions in the comments. Answer them in the comments. I want to learn about you, and also to all of you participating in my community posts, which I love. Look, if you want to participate in polls, answer questions, talk about yourself, whatever, instead of me talking, be sure to subscribe so that you can take part in those. But I want to thank you because I actually get a lot of information about you, and I've learned that my viewers are people who highly value theme even more than mechanics. Not in every case, I'm just speaking in generalities. So that's something that I keep in mind. Most do live somewhere around a local board game store, but not everybody does. Some are like me that are, you know, in Timbuktu, far away from board game stores, things like that, that are very helpful. So I know what kind of content to bring to you. That's the end. I love you all. I'm going to put a video up here that I made especially for you. That's right, just you. All right, I'll see you next time.